Well, hey guys. Today is Tuesday, October 20th, 2020. And I am at Crazy Town. It's it, it's starting to get a little cold up on the Mogollon Rim, so it's time to move to lower locations. So here I am. I'm expecting Chuck within the next hour or two. Um, and James. James came out with us for his very first time last trip up at Squatch Camp. So, um, maybe we'll get him on camera this time. Um, gonna address some questions and some statements that were left on. Excuse me, that were left on the channel. I wrote them down, so you have to bear with me for a minute. But Mammy Goodheart, I can always count on you. Uh, Mammy Goodheart asks, do you feel any other symptoms like lightheadedness or headache? Referring to when I get zapped. Um, there are, uh, in my humble opinion, several different types of zaps that happen. Um, there's the little hello tingles, which is, and that's all it is just this light little tingle. So Chuck and sorry about that. Chuck and I refer to that as little hellos. That sorry, I got just a little breeze going. They do that uh, as we believe as saying hello, we're here. Um, it's it's a constant, and it happens all the time. And like I said, it's just a real light little tingle in the head. Um, Different kinds of zaps. Um, Sometimes it's just across the head, and feels like a light TENS unit. Other times it'll run down my whole body. Other times it's just in the chest. Um, and typically when it hits me just in the chest, what it feels like is there is a hand pressing on my chest. Not hard, just real lightly, but there's a pressure there. Um, it's nothing health related, heart related, anything like that. Um, I don't feel like I'm in distress of any kind. Um, Power zaps, uh, which is the whole body, uh, that will kind of like I'm getting a massive adrenaline dump at the same time I'm getting shocked. Nothing about it is painful or uncomfortable. Um, I'll get tight in the chest, and it's kind of difficult. Difficult ain't the right word. It's just my breathing gets different. Um, Almost like I can't take a breath, but I have no problem breathing. No, that doesn't make much sense, but it's about the only way I can describe that. Um, I have gotten lightheaded. I have gotten headaches. Typically, if I get a headache, I'll ask them, whatever you're doing, will you please stop? That's uncomfortable. I don't like it. And they'll stop immediately. It's never been earthquake. Sorry, we just had that 7.5 up in Alaska yesterday. Um, it's never anything that's uncomfortable. Um, and if it starts to get a little uncomfortable, I just ask them to stop, and they stop. Typically, though, it's depending on how strong the zap is, and I think some of that has to do with who it is. The big adults, they like Indy. I know when Indy's zapping me because I'm here to tell you, it's it's not anything subtle or mild. It's boom, and I'm pinned to the chair, or the couple times it's happened when I've been up on my feet, that I can't move. My arms or my legs. I mean, I think I can think clearly and all that. It's just kind of like being stuck in mud or something. The best way I can describe it, or stuck in concrete. I don't know. I hope that answers that question, Mammy Goodheart. There's just a lot of different kinds of zapping going on, and in my humble opinion, it's somehow they're making a neurological connection with you, kind of like doing a download. Maybe I don't know. Nobody knows. I just don't believe that it's infrasound. I've discussed that enough on previous videos, so I'm not going to go into that. And then Mammy Goodheart had asked or made a statement that surprised they don't take more goodies from the ice chest. They are, I've said over and over and over, they are very subtle at what they do. When they do get into the ice chest, typically I don't have much in my ice chest, to speak of, as far as goodies. But they if they take something, it's more than likely going to be something they think that you're really not going to realize is gone. If you have an ice chest that has like 25 sodas in it, they may take one. Things like we've left a box of cookies out and did a cookie count. When we went to bed, there was 9 cookies. When we got up, there was 8. So if they take something, it's going to be something that they're pretty much counting that you're not going to even realize that they were there. And I promise you, so many people have had stuff taken out of their ice chests they have no idea about. One time in August of 2018 during my 50th birthday party trip, they had gotten into the cooler and taken sausage. There was all kinds of meat in there. There was hamburgers and steaks and sausage and bacon and I mean, just a lot of stuff in there. And the only thing that was taken was the sausage. And that's the only thing I can ever think of that was actually taken out of my coolers. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt they've been in my cooler up there at Squatch Camp twice. Both times my coffee creamer lid was open. So I think they're taking a sip of it, and it's probably too sweet for them. I like my coffee like my women, blonde and sweet, and use a Southern Butter Pecan coffee creamer. It's to die for. But so if they take something, it's going to be very subtle to where most people aren't going to catch that it was missing. We inventory everything all the time, so we know if something has been taken. So there's that answer for you. NChat 101 asks, not even a fire at night, you have no fear, both in question marks. No. Once in a while, I'll have a fire, but typically the fires are safe for first thing in the morning when it's cold out, and sit by the fire and have my cup of coffee or something like that. Um, but with how dry everything is out here, especially right now, we're in a statewide no burn fire bans. Um, so I'm like, I don't care. I don't use a fire anyway. But no, that's part of the method that we use is just sitting here in the dark, and we have conversations with each other, and at the same time we're very observant to everything going on around us. Um, when we're out here as guests, not as intruders, and we're trying to develop trust with them. And you know, I don't think a fire matters to them one way or another. Pat them within about 8 to 10 feet of us. Um, After the fire burned down, it was just coals, but he was off to my right, Rob's left, probably 8 to 10 feet away from us. We could hear him taking steps and shifting weight on his feet, but it was just so dark out that we couldn't see anything. We don't use any white lights. If I have to turn a light on for any reason, it's usually not usually. It is a red LED. Reason for that is our night vision. Our ability to see in the dark, and that's very vital to what we're doing out here. Because the moment a white light comes on, you lose your night vision, and it takes quite a while for you to get 100% of your night sight back. And so, no, we don't use any white lights, no campfires, no lanterns. We're just out here in the dark. And you have no fear. I don't have any reason to, and that's going to step into somebody else's question. So, NChat 101, I will finish that one with this next question from Sharon Guy. Have you ever had fear when they get that close to you from them or anything else that might be out there, since you never have even a light from a fire? There's been, I don't know if I can see. There's been a couple of times I've had a little bit of fear. Especially back at the beginning of all this 3 years ago, when I really wasn't sure what I was dealing with, or I should say who I was dealing with. And it comes down to a trust thing. I know when I'm out, there's always one watching me. We call him the Watcher. And typically when they're around, nothing else is going to come around. As far as wild animals, I have had to deal with coyotes. I've seen bear. I've seen bobcat. Seen wolf, Mexican gray wolf. I'm not concerned about them. It's stupid humans that concern me, and that give me pause and give me issue. I've seen the worst mankind has to offer. I am a combat veteran, Operation Desert Storm. No, I don't have any reason to be afraid of anything out here, um, other than stupid humans, and that's the issue. in a nutshell of what we face, and I know I've stated it over and over, but or a few times at least. My biggest concern out here is drug cartels. Uh, I am in Arizona, and we do have heavy drug cartel operations, growing illegal marijuana, and doing whatever else they do. And it's always a concern if I'm going to stumble across one of those locations. That's the last thing I want to do. Um, they'll kill you without hesitation, and they have the areas booby trapped. And that's just something that I stay on high alert with. Um, but no, so to have fear out here of of the forest people, none whatsoever. Anything else, you know, I've never seen a dog man, and I don't know that I would be too worried about him. That it might be a little naivety of me, but I'm confident in in my relationship with the forest people out here that I don't think I have anything to worry about. I have been in mind speak a couple of times. Been told, one time was all day long. You need a fire tonight, and that was the night that I had 3 packs of coyotes come in on me. Had another time that it was me and my grandson, and we were gonna stay one extra night, and once again got mind speak that needed to leave, not safe. And as soon as I got that message the second time, the entire atmosphere up there changed. And I didn't have fear, but if it would have been just me, I would have stayed. But I'm not going to put my grandson at risk. Um, but the entire atmosphere changed, and that tactical mode snapped on immediately, and so I was on high alert. But afraid, no. I got no reason to be afraid. Um, hopefully that answers your question. And so the next one is from Justin Carpenter. And Justin Carpenter had stated, I want to hear your second story. And then he goes on about being on the fence, whether or not the Bigfoot, Sasquatch, forest people, whether they're real or not. They are absolutely real. You're never going to fully understand that until you get out here and put boots on the ground. I did an hour count, and prior to this trip, for the end of my last trip, I'm at 6,700, and I think it was 20 hours, 6,067.20. Yeah, that sounds right. So 6,720 hours in 3 years I've put out here. I'm not saying you have to put that much time in, but you have to get off the couch, you have to get off the computer, and you have to get out here. Now, with that being said, Justin Carpenter also had made the statement that this guy is a nutcase. And Justin, I don't have anything ill to say about your comment. I accept everybody's comments. But what I am going to tell you is 3 years ago, I would have agreed with you 100%. Anybody who talks about the things I'm experiencing out here, and not just myself, but many people that are coming out and experiencing this, I would have said the same thing. I would have said, you're fucking, you're out of your fucking mind. I could care less, whether you or anybody else believes you know what I'm talking about, and the things that are happening. Um, it, I could care less. I'm not here for you. I am here for myself to share my experiences. I'm not looking for notoriety. I'm not looking for fame. I'm not looking to impress anybody. Um, I'm just sharing what is absolutely 100% happening. Um, so I'm not gonna show any care or concern about somebody who sits on a computer, an armchair enthusiast or an armchair investigator. Um, that's gonna call me a nutcase, because 3 years ago I would have called me a nutcase also. But this shit's real. Yeah, you can't unsee what you see. You can't unfeel what you feel. You can't unhear what you've heard. So, with that being said,